stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
We just be a little careful about one company's anecdote being overall evidence.
Well, I mean, Steve, this is Amazon.
They were having a discussion on CNBC. And Steve was talking about things are pretty good now. Not bad. And the other host says, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Amazon is laying off people left and right. And he starts to argue, well, this is just one company. Give me a break. It's Amazon. Like he says, not mom and pop. We are going to see a great deal of layoffs. Hasn't even started. And the reason the market is going down, everybody says, well, why is the market going down? Remember last week we had that big 500-point rally? And I said to you, we'd give it all back, just like remember we had that 1,500-point market rally? And I said that was gone, gave that back. Then we had the 500-point rally last week, and I reminded everybody, that's gone. That's not going to hold itself. It's impossible. And Powell, as I said many times, and Yellen, they're academics, bureaucrats. They're the worst. They do little well. They're just plain stupid people. I mean, education, yeah. I mean, they're geniuses. They got all their degrees, but when it comes to common sense, I mean, can you imagine? He turns right now as we're hitting one of the worst headwinds. I mean, we got tremendous headwinds. We're hitting one of the worst headwinds, actually two headwinds. And he decides to turn around and go dovish on us to start reducing rates? Are you kidding me? Because he said, well, you know, we're seeing inflation come down because housing prices are coming down, clothing prices come down, used car prices are coming down. Give me a break. That doesn't tell you that inflation is over. It's telling you if people aren't buying because they're hurting. They don't have any money. Their savings have been wiped out. Remember during COVID, savings went up 32% because they had all this cash coming in. They don't even have 1/8 of that cash left. Not even 1/8 of that cash left. They have very little savings. And so doesn't he get, just because prices are coming down on housing and clothing and cars, it's because there's no demand. And there's no demand because our government, our Congress, keeps spending. And remember the other day, we played the clip that Yellen was saying, well, the big problem here is the reason we got inflation because people are buying grills. Remember that one? I think we still have it up. Go ahead. And this was ridiculous because people are buying grills.
Normally, you wouldn't expect, just because you had a rapid recovery, for inflation to rise very much, if at all. But it turned out the pandemic had very special impacts on the economy. Remember, everybody stopped spending on services. They were in their homes for a year or more. They wanted to buy grills.
Cut this thing off. Buy grills. See, it's the consumer, he's saying. They're spending. That's the problem. Let's blame the consumer. No, that's stupid. It's the government who caused all the printing of money, who created all this inflation, who created savings 32% during COVID, printing all this money. But the point I want to make today is this. The reason the market is coming down now is because the dollar is coming down. The dollar since May has been going straight up because they've been raising rates. when you raise rates to fight inflation? The dollar's strong. When the dollar's strong, that prevents the wheels from coming off. The inflation truck, we'll say. It helps to tamper down inflation when you have a strong dollar. Now the idiot, Powell, turns around and felt because used car prices are coming down, hey, time to start cutting back on rate hikes. But he's facing one of the most dangerous, actually two dangerous situations, the $80 trillion derivatives market that nobody wants to talk about, which, again, wrapped around the repo market in 2008. This whole economy almost collapsed. Matter of fact, our whole republic almost collapsed. Now we're facing the same $80 trillion derivatives market because they didn't want to fix it. They didn't want to fix the banks. Now we have the repo market in 2008, which brought us down, crashed, all the credit freezed up. Remember, banks would loan to each other. Then in September 2019, they kept it quiet. When the credit froze up again, and they had to print $700 billion overnight that September evening, come in and bail the banks out. And that's going to happen very soon again because the banks don't have enough liquidity to buy treasuries, put on their balance sheet that gives them the credit to go borrow money from banks overnight. That's what banks need. They need to have good credit, and how they're judged by good credit as to the amount of treasuries they have on their balance sheets. Well, they have to buy the treasuries, and the way they buy the treasuries, you got to have cash. You got to have cash. But we have a liquidity crisis. I've been telling you for months now we have a liquidity crisis. I've been telling you for months the banks are in real trouble. In fact, we got into the banks. We had a rally of 15, 20% profits. And I warned my members. I said, look, we're in this rally, but people don't understand. The banks are ready to collapse. The banks are in trouble. They don't have enough cash. After they put the set aside for bad loans, they don't have enough cash to go buy treasuries to put on their balance sheet to have good credit to borrow from other banks. Remember, there's 4 banks they borrow from in the repo market. There's only 4. You have Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citi, and I think the other one is Morgan Stanley. But those 4 banks put the money in. And then at night, if you are a bank and you're missing $1 million because you loaned out $1 million more than you have in cash, no problem. You went to the repo market where the 4 banks are. I need $1 million. They said, fine. What interest am I going to pay? And I said, well, you pay the 4% interest, the Fed rate interest. And then what we want you to do is give us for collateral some of your treasuries. So hands over the treasuries. Next morning comes, I pay off the debt, and they repurchase back to the treasuries, and everybody goes on their way. But guess what? Like in 2008 and in September 2019, we're getting to a point they're not buying treasuries. The banks don't have enough treasuries on their balance sheet. So soon the credit market's going to freeze where banks are going to loan to each other overnight. Boom! You have a big crash. And what does this guy do, Powell, this idiot? In the face of the most in the repo market, which is very dangerous, we're facing that situation. Now we're facing, on top of that, the $80 trillion derivatives market. I'll talk about that in a moment. And what does he do? Oh, okay, we're all right now. We're not going to raise rates. What are you, crazy? So now the dollar's coming down, and that's why your market's coming down. And that's why you need to know how to short a market. You need to know how to short an individual stock. I beg you every day to join my gang free for 10 days. At least learn how to sell a stock short. We could teach you that in 10 days. But no, nobody wants to short. They'll sit there and they'll cost average down, cost average down. You listen to these dopes who don't care about you. You think these planners and these managers, they care about your money. They don't care anything about your money. They care about their advertisers. They don't care about you. Are you kidding? They don't want you to short because they can't make big commissions shorting. But if they can talk you into adding more crappy stock, cost average down, add more. Let's see. My stock was at 80, now it's at 40. What do you want me to do? Add more? Buy more? Okay. And people get excited. They call their wives and say, hey, my broker Jerry? We were at $40 a stock, it's now 20. Hey, he told me we can buy more at 20. He can find it for us. Oh, let's bring him home to dinner. Celebrate. What are you, nuts? Hey, we'll be right back after this break. Join my gang. Please remember St. Jude.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
happy holidays from Phil Grandy and everyone here at Phil's Gang. Now, get ready to take investing to the next level. Here's Phil Grandy.
I would just be a little careful about one company's anecdote being overall evidence.
Well, I mean, Steve, this is Amazon.
People are feeling flush in their accounts, spending more than our income coming in.
Who is Steve Leisman to give advice about the stock market now when this idiot in 2008 came out and said, isn't it wonderful?
People are feeling flush in their accounts, spending more than our income coming in.
Spending more than our income. And then he's sitting there and saying Amazon is laying off a boatload of people. It's not going to be just Amazon. Are you kidding me? You watch what happens after January. You're going to see layoffs like you never saw before. And he's trying to convince this guy, oh, no, it's Amazon. That's all. There's nobody else. Are you kidding me? These people are idiots. They're idiots, including, of course, Powell. And I mean, when you take Powell and Janet Yellen, combine those two people up, they're just totally stupid. They're dopes. They're dopes. Unbelievable. So let's go back to why the market's going down. Because since May, they've been very, very hawkish, raising rates. And when you raise rates, the dollar goes up, correct? And when you have a strong dollar, that's good news. Because a strong dollar prevents you from going into a deeper recession. Don't listen to anybody. We are in a recession. Remember, we had 2 back-to-back negative quarters. And then that's when Biden came in. No, we're going to change it. We're going to change it. After 75 years, that's been a rule for 75 years, they're going to change it because they didn't like it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Now, we had GDP grew by 2%, I think in third and the fourth quarter. Are you kidding me? We got to be at 5-6%. But even the 2% is a joke. That's an illusion because the reason how they got that up to 2% instead of negative like the first quarter, second quarter, is they financially engineered the 2% by taking oil out of our reserves, strategic reserves, and selling it to China. And therefore, that changes our economic growth from 0 up to 2%. They create an illusion. But let's get to the derivative market. The derivative market, remember, after the repo market in 2008, almost destroyed us as a republic. That's right, as a republic. Unbelievable. And we never fixed the derivative market. Now, what's the derivative market? They call it think of it this way here. Let's say it's like a club. Okay, think of it as an exclusive club. And to be part of that club, you have to be a crook. You got to be a real crook, okay, a real gangster. Because these people who come in, for example, let's say if you take well, first of all, people want to know what a derivative. Derivative is when you're trading options, for example, okay, or you're trading futures, all right? And you can be doing single transactions. You can be doing multiple transactions. It's very, very risky. Very, very risky, okay? And the credit, for example, they have what they call a credit derivative. Now, I know your eyes are going to glass over. I'm going to try to make this a little interesting for you. 80 trillion. 80 trillion! Okay, are you kidding me? Now, a credit derivative is a vehicle by which banks can swap loans with each other. Remember they did that in 2008 where they swapped the subprime loans with each other? Okay, and then everybody got screwed. Everybody's supposed to win. They're so crooked. Everybody's supposed to win when they swap loans with each other. No one's supposed to lose. 2008, everybody lost. Remember that? And banks usually use that to diversify their portfolios. But on the other hand, the credit derivative, okay, is, remember, we're talking derivatives. It's a big fancy name, but remember, derivatives are simple. All you have to, you can buy, futures, you can buy options. It's nothing more than that. But these are very dangerous. These are very dangerous. The credit derivative is the most dangerous instrument, and because it's so dangerous, the risk controllers of the banks And the bank examiners can't even get a handle on them, can't even get their arms around them. They couldn't get their arms around them in 2008, which almost took our country down, and they still haven't fixed it to get their arms around it. So we still have that sitting out there like in 2008, but nobody wants to talk about except me. Derivatives are dangerous. They're an illusion because you don't really know what it's worth. Why? Because first of all, they're created and they're sold behind closed doors by a group of gangsters, and these participants, they don't tell anybody what's going on or what they're doing. There's really no value attached to these. It's an illusion. This consists of, when I say an illusion, dangerous, this consists of credit risk, market risk, price risk, liquidity risk, operation risk, legal and compliance risk, foreign exchange risk, interest rate risk, transaction risk. Are you kidding me? But it's 40, almost 32 to 40% of the big investment banks' profits. So the derivative market is crooked. $80 trillion. That's how big it is. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody can put a value on a derivative. Nobody can put a value on a swap or a forward or any of those instruments. It's all an illusion. So we're at a point with the credit derivatives again. We're right teeing on the edge again. Now we're sitting here. We have that problem, and then we have the repo market. And the repo market in 2008 froze up. Remember that? Because the banks loan to each other at night, right? And as long as banks have a good balance sheet filled with treasuries, the four banks who make up the market, make up the repo market, the four big banks, they'll loan to banks as long as they have good credit. Now, how do they consider a bank having good credit? How many treasuries they have on their balance sheet? Well, how do they get treasuries? They have to have dollars to buy them. But there's the problem we have right now. There's no dollars. All the dollars have been set aside for bad risk. They have few dollars, so they're not purchasing as many treasuries. So now when these banks get together at night and they're short money and they got to borrow money, they can't. And remember, in 2019, no bank would loan to another bank, and the Federal Reserve had to print overnight $750 billion to straighten the mess out. We're heading there again. Nobody wants to talk about that either.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Merry Christmas from Phil Grandy and everyone at Phil's Gang. This Christmas, give yourself the gift of knowledge. Join Phil's Gang and navigate the market with confidence. Here's Phil Grandy.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Now, you know, if you've been following us and you're looking at the market down again, 441 points, you'd be happy because you would have been short making money in UPS. Instead, if you're in UPS, you're calling your broker, what do I do? What do I do? And he's telling you buy more of it, cost average down. Are you nuts? Are you nuts? You got to be kidding me. Never cost average down. When you got a severe downtrend in the market and you're losing money, you never add to that position. Never. You never can pull out. You only add to your position when your trend is going up, not down. Now, going back to the dangers of this derivative market that they don't want to tell you about, the guys who do this, these are the gangsters of our industry. They're hedgers, they're big speculators, they're investment banks, insurance companies, arbiters, margin traders. You're talking about the dirt of the dirt, okay? I mean, think of it. They do all this in a back room, behind closed doors. And even the regulators don't know what they're doing. I mean, these are the big boys. These are the ones that make the market, okay? You have margin traders. And they do it with options and they do it with futures, okay? It's pretty simple. But it's very, very dangerous. And here's the dangerous part about it. When you sign a contract with somebody, when these guys are behind closed doors, they sign contracts with each other, they're gangsters. In 2008, remember all the subprime deals they're doing. They're selling all those loans, and then the other party won't make good on his deal because those are the kind of people they are. And that's what happened, why we almost took the whole economy, the whole market down, our whole system down. That's what's dangerous. You not like you got people there that are good quality people, okay, who keep their word. They'll just walk away from a deal. They'll walk away. They don't hold up their end. And that's what happened with all the subprime loans. The derivatives market were loaded with all these subprime loans, and they weren't honoring. They didn't. Even though they were bound, okay, by the rules and the regulations, they just, the hell with you. They walk away. So we have that stirring up again, the derivatives market, and we also have the repo market where banks are stopping. They're no longer loaning to each other, okay? And you're going to, I would say by February, we're going to have another credit freeze in February. It's going to take us right back down to the October lows, okay? But this is all good news from a point of view. It makes a market. This is what makes markets. But the problem is 80% of the people lose money in markets because they're not prepared. Nobody taught them how to take a market like that and make money shorting. And really, they never taught you how to buy a stock properly, when to add to a stock. They don't show you how to add to a stock properly. Are you kidding me? Now, the biggest problem we have now is Powell, okay, and Yellen. They have made a decision because they think inflation and housing is going down. They're mistaking inflation for less demand. Inflation is in wages going. At the same time, wages were going up the other day. Wages were going up to 18 cents an hour. And they didn't even look at that as inflation. That's where your inflation is. Because people aren't buying a car. That doesn't mean inflation's coming down. It means they're poorer. They don't have much money. Check out their savings. They have 1/8 of what they had back during COVID when they're getting all those free checks. So now the best thing to do is to make sure that you're ready to sell short. Okay? And as the dollar's going down now, the dollar will keep going down because he stopped raising rates, which stops inflation. So now the dollar's going down. Make sure you're buying gold mining stocks. Join our gang. We'll help you. Look how well we've done with all our gold mining stocks, for God's sakes. Okay, I mean, when that dollar's, remember, gold is volatile. Mining stocks are volatile. The reason why gold and mining stocks are volatile, because the gangsters don't want us to have gold. They don't want gold prices to go up. They don't want gold, because when gold prices go up, they do everything to drive gold down. The Federal Reserve does everything to stomp that price down. Because when gold goes up, that's sending out a message to their lenders in China, the Congress lenders in China, okay, and Japan, who lend us money, lends Congress money, right, by buying treasuries. They want more of a yield. They want higher rates. So when gold goes up, it identifies that the United States of America, it's on its last leg, that all the stimulus was the worst thing to do. Remember, stimulus is like a Hail Mary pass. We've been doing a stimulus since 2008. We've been killing ourselves. A stimulus just identifies that your economy is on its last leg. Stimulus doesn't help. The only thing that stimulus did were help the gangsters. By keeping interest rates low, they could make a fortune. NASDAQ went up 1,200%. S&P went up 600%. They were making a fortune. The top 100 of 1% owned 85% of the transactions in the market. They were making a fortune. They didn't care about the little guy. They didn't care about the 72% of the people who work in this country. 72% of our workforce makes less than $50,000 a year. That doesn't go far, $50,000 a year. But think about this in the derivatives market. They do every transaction, what they sell, what they purchase, behind closed doors. And you want to know another thing that really gets me? Why isn't Bernanke in jail? Do you remember when during 2008 they were asked, where did all the money go? And he asked them, what banks did the money go to? Here, where's that cut? Go ahead and play the cut on Bernanke. Go ahead.
We're not lending to those banks. We're lending to the central bank. The central bank is responsible for repaying us.
So who got the money?
To financial institutions in Europe and other countries.
Which ones?
I don't know.
Yeah, he was a liar. He sent $3.7 trillion to Japan in the worst days of 2008. He sent another $1.5 trillion to the UK. He sent another $1.4 trillion to Germany, and he lied to Congress. You heard him lie. That's $22 trillion that should have been back to us. We should have been having that $22 trillion. And how much did he give us? He gave us $8 trillion. Bernanke gave us $8 trillion. Went to Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, Morgan Stanley, and Citi. They had about $2 trillion each to bail them out. But most of the money, $22 trillion, went to foreign banks. And he's lying, sitting there lying. So look at, that's why we use charts. Because what are charts? Charts, you get away from the lying. You get away from the lying. All you do is look at the flow of money. Look at the bank stocks. Give an example. One of our bank stocks, JP Morgan, we made 15% on the upside buying it, okay? And then our color-coded chart hasn't turned red yet, okay? Not red yet, okay? But as soon as it turns red, we'll start shorting it. It means the banks have been coming down, but it hasn't turned red yet, meaning there's not enough sellers yet. It still could go up. But we did some what we call swing trades on JP Morgan. We're doing pretty good with those. But as far as a long-term investment, we bought, let's see, JP Morgan. We got into JP Morgan around $121, and we took our profit around 136, 137. So that's a 12% gain. And the only way we knew to buy that where there was no risk, okay, or risk off, is because the color-coded chart turned green at 121. Now remember, from when it was red, it was going up from 102. It went up to 111 from 102, but it was still red. Why did we buy it? Because we got to wait till it turns green. It went from 111 up to 116. It still was red, warning us not to buy. What's it warning us? It's telling there's not enough buyers. And finally, when it got to 122, we bought. Now, somebody's going to say, well, that's stupid. You should have got it at 102. Really? You keep trading like that. See if we outlast you. Okay, because we have a higher probability of making money and buying the stock at 121 than you buying it at 102. Believe me, I've only been doing this for 52 years, 55 years. Be right back after this break. Okay.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com. Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color-coded technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Merry Christmas from Phil Grandy and everyone at Phil's Gang. This Christmas, give yourself the gift of knowledge. Join Phil's Gang and navigate the market with confidence. Here's Phil Grandy.
And thank you for listening to our show. My name is Steve Celeste. I'm the Director of Education for philsgang.com and the Phil's Gang Radio Show. And I just want to take this time to tell you how to join the 10-day free trial. It's as simple as going to www.philsgang.com. On the top of the site, click Get Started. On the next page, click on the big red banner for the Working Investor Plan. And that's all you have to do. And also during this time,
And thank you, Steve. Okay, so the market, again, you don't follow anything these people tell you on the fake business news networks, whether it's CNBC or Fox Business, because they're telling you to do stuff that benefits them, not that benefits you. Their job, okay, is to please their advertisers. Advertisers, guess what? They can't get on the air. Everybody has to pay for airtime. I don't care who you are, okay? So the shows, like Kramer Show, all these shows, they have to pay for the airtime. So to pay for the airtime, they go and get advertisers. But the advertisers don't stay with them unless people are buying stuff. And a lot of their advertisers, automobiles, right? They're advertisers. And so their job on Fox Business and Bloomberg and CNBC, they compete with each other. And the way they compete with each other is to make everything sound terrific. Everything's going to be okay. I mean, when you listen to them and you listen to me, you go, oh boy, Phil, he's real negative. No, I'm not negative. I'm telling you the truth. If you've been with us, you know how much money you would have made shorting stocks? The NASDAQ went down 31% in 47 weeks, and you're sitting there hoping. You're buying and holding. Buying, and they kept telling you, buy and hold, buy and hold. Are you kidding me? Buy and hold goes against everything. Everything we've been taught. And with the concept of risk management, it goes against everything, ignores everything when it comes to the concept of risk management. You never buy and hold. How's it worked out for you so far? You join our gang, you're going to learn more, okay, on our gang, and you're going to have the best coaching, the best education. It's fun, okay? And finally, when you're done, and after the first 10 days, you're going to know if you want to stay with us or not. And after the first 10 days, I'll guarantee you're going to walk out and go, wow, I really understand the market now. And the way we set our school up is really easy. It's online, okay? My job is to get you to understand how the market works. 99% of the people have no clue how the market works, because when they don't want to know. They just want somebody to say, this is the hot stock. This is the hot stock. It's nothing to do with the stock. Forget the market. The market has nothing to do with the economy. Never mind the stock. The market is in a place where you have tremendous liquidity, and with a click of a mouse, you can buy and sell. Now, if refrigerators had that kind of liquidity with a click of a mouse, I'd be doing the refrigerators or wood stoves or whatever. The market is the best place in the world because no other market has the liquidity this market has, so you can be in a transaction and out of transaction within seconds. You can't do that when you're selling your house, right? You can't be out within seconds. You can't click the mouse. So that's the beautiful thing about the stock market that nobody else has. It's a great market. The problem is it's disorganized. It's totally disorganized. People lie all the time. You're not getting good truth. You're not getting the truth. It's not designed for the truth. It used to be, but that all blew up when they started in 2008 with QE, when they rigged the market. They said for 6 to 8 months, we were told, we're going to do stimulus. And the reason they said 6 to 8 months, because everybody knows stimulus, what stimulus means. It means that your economy is on its last leg. It's a Hail Mary pass. What we're going to do is bring rates down. We're going to bring rates down to near zero. We're going to print all this money, and we're just going to do it for 6 to 8 months, and then we're going to get rates down to zero, and we'll stimulate the economy. People come and start buying stuff, and everything will be okay. 13 years later, they're stimulating the economy. 13 years later, this stimulus brought the NASDAQ stocks up 1,200%, brought the S&P stocks up 630%. Not earnings, not profits, not margins, not top-line sales, not the products. Zero rates. And boy, those corporations went in there and they just kept buying and buying and buying. And now the corporations have 300% more debt than they had in 2008. And the derivatives market has never been so bad. And the repo market is tipping over. We're going to go back where none of these banks are going to be able to get credit overnight and everything freezes up like in 2008. But see, nobody wants to tell you that. Because if CNBC told you that, or Bloomberg told you that, or Fox Business told you that, then people would be all upset and they won't go buy a car. They won't buy a car. So they can't tell you that. They got to make it. And that's why Steve Leisman was so upset when Steve Leisman said right here.
We just be a little careful about one company's anecdote being overall evidence.
Well, I mean, Steve.
Yeah, right, Steve. Come on, Steve. You're right. He was trying to downplay that Amazon, okay, is the bellwether for all the big layoffs, the whole tech industry. Well, guess who advertises on CNBC? Apple. All those industries advertise. They're big advertisers. So Steve's trying to control his guests. Just like when he turned around and the market crashed, he turned around in 2008 and said this stupidity.
People are feeling flush in their accounts, spending more than our income coming in.
Yeah, and he said, that's good. That's good. So he's telling people, hey, if you have no money, go spend. Remember when they came out and said, hey, go spend. After the 9/11, go spend. It's the American way. Go spend. See, it's all rigged to get you to feel good. You listen to me, you don't feel good. I get it. You don't feel good when you listen to me. I understand that. But when you listen to me, you're going to get the truth. And tell me when I haven't been right. Tell me when I said on January 16, 2018, and that was January, I said the market's going to start to crash this year. And what happened in the last 3 months of 2018? The market went down, went down about 23%. Went down, as a matter of fact, in 2018, it went down 16 weeks. The last 16 weeks of the year went down 22%. Then how did they rally it back up 54%? By rigging it, by doing QE. And then 2020, after the market went up 54%, the market came down again. 5 weeks, fell 31%. Tech stocks led it all the way down. I told everybody that was going to happen. We were short on the way down, making money on the way down. Well, they're telling you to buy and hold, buy and hold. They're telling you to cost average down. No. My members are saying, keep shorting. And we were right. We were right in 2018, we were right in 2020, and we're right now. We haven't been wrong. Because why? Because we follow the money, and we're not tied. We're not tied to advertisers. I can say what I want. I can say the truth. I don't have to worry about my advertiser complaining. And I got baptized with that good once. Years ago, they asked me to come on and do a special show 8 minutes in the morning about the market. So I went in and I told the truth about the market. And the producer kept calling me and said, "Gee, you can't say that. You can't say that." So why can I say that? He said, "Well, you're getting people depressed. You're getting people depressed." I said, "Well, we're going to have a crash here in 2008. It's over." "Well, you can't say that." I'm saying, well, anyways, they fired me about 3 weeks later. And they brought a guy on, what the hell's his name? From CNBC, and he took my place, and he told everybody how everything's wonderful. Then what happened in 2000? Everything crashed, right? But did they change their position? No. The one thing we can do here is tell you the truth. And guess what else? With the truth, we raise money for St. Jude because people appreciate it. They appreciate the truth, especially when the market's going down and they're making money. And not these stupid annuities. Never buy an annuity. Never fall for that. You protect your principal whether the market goes up or down. That's a bunch of nonsense. Hey, join my gang, philsgang.com. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-GANG. Call now or go to my website, philsgang.com.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.